Footprinting and reconnaissance. This is the first phase of ethical hacking, and this is called reconnaissance, but it is also called footprinting. Now, first, footprinting terminology. First, this is open source, or we can say it is passive information gathering, or we have active information gathering, because basically the reconnaissance or footprinting is actually gathering information about the target. So collecting information about a target, and when you collect the information from publicly accessible sources, so we say it is open source, or we say passive information gathering. And when we do gather the information through social engineering, on-site visits, interviews and questionnaires, that means we'll do some physical interaction or direct interaction with the target, then it is called active information gathering. We can also do anonymous footprinting, that is gathering information from sources where the author of the information cannot be identified or traced. Then we can get the information from pseudonymous footprinting. Now, pseudonymous footprinting, that means collect information that might be published under a different name in an attempt to preserve the privacy. So when we get the information from that sources, we can say it is pseudo information. Pseudonymous footprinting, anonymous footprinting, that means when we get the information when author is known, it cannot be identified and traced. It is like anonymous, who has given the information, we cannot trace it. Then we can get the information organizational or private footprinting. That means collecting information from an organization's web-based calendar and email services. Then internet footprinting, that means collecting information about a target from the internet, all the available data available on the internet and open source data. So this is what footprinting terminology. Now, what is footprinting? So footprinting is the process of collecting as much information as possible about a target network for identifying various ways to intrude into an organization's network system. So footprinting is basically what? Collecting information. We have to collect as much as possible information about the target before attacking the target. So process involved in footprinting a target, first we have to collect the basic information about the target and its network. So we have to get the information about the target and their network also. Then determine the operating system used, platforms running and web server versions, etc. Then we can perform techniques such as WHOIS DNS network and organizational queries. We can use these techniques to get these information like what are the platforms, what is the operating system, web server versions and etc. Then when we know this, that what are the versions and what type of web servers are they running, then we can find the vulnerabilities on those type of operating system, web servers or applications, and then we can exploit for launching the attacks. So before doing some attacks, we have to get the information about the target so that we can design our attack accordingly. Now, why footprinting? Simple, to know the security posture. So footprinting allows attacker to know about the complete security posture of an organization, reduce the attack area. It reduces the attack area. So attacker can attack area to specific range of IP addresses, networks, domain names, remote access and etc. See, some organizations can be very big, so you cannot just attack everywhere. You have to find the proper target to attack. So this phase reconnaissance, or this phase of footprinting, it is to reduce the attack area so that you can attack on a specific network range or a specific domain or server. Then build information database. It allows attacker to build their own information database about target organizations, security weaknesses, to take appropriate action, and to draw the network map. It allows attacker to draw a map or outline the target organization's network infrastructure to know about the actual environment that they are going to break. And these are the objectives of footprinting. Collecting network informations, that means domain name, internal domain name, network blocks, IP addresses of the reachable system, raw websites, private websites, TCP and UDP services running, access control mechanism and ACLs, networking protocols, VPN point, ACLs, IDSs running, analog digital telephone numbers, authentication mechanism, system enumeration. So collecting information about the network, like these information we have to collect. Now this information collecting from footprinting to, it will go up to scanning part, where we will get the information about TCP and UDP services and other things, like when we go to scanning part. Then collecting system information about user and groups name, system banners, routing tables, SNMP information, system architecture, remote system type, system names, passwords. Then collecting organizations information, like employee details, organizations websites, company directories, location details, address and phone numbers, comments in HTML source code, security policies implemented, web server links relevant to the organizations, background of the organization, news article and press releases for about the organization, about the target organization. This is the objective of our footprinting. Now, footprinting threats. So attacker gather valuable system and network information such as account details, operating system and installed application, network components, server name, database scheme details, etc. from footprinting techniques. So these threats, these type of threats can any attacker cause to the organization. They can use social engineering. They can use social engineering on their employees and their workers. Then on their admins and employees. Then they can system and network attack they can do, they can information leakage we will get, privacy loss can be there, corporate espionage happen, and then altogether business loss. So organizations can be business loss, they can have a business loss about this when the information is there and attacker gather these informations. Now the footprinting methodology. So how we'll do this footprinting? Now footprinting through search engines. First, attacker use search engines to extract the information about the target, such as technology platforms, employee details, login pages, internet portals, etc., which helps in performing social engineering and other types of advanced system attacks. Search engines cache may provide sensitive information that has been removed from the World Wide Web, like from internet. So it can remain on cache of those search engines. Very simple. You just have to go and find the name of the company on those search engines. For example, we have multiple different search engines like Bing, Google and Yahoo. We have Wikipedia. We can just go to those sites, like I am going to Google and I just want to know something about the company. I don't know much about it. I can just type the first name, I will get it more. I can just type the name which I remember. Suppose I want to know the information, I will just type Microsoft. I don't know much about it. Now it is showing me almost lots of related detail. You can get the home page of the site. You can see the home page. You can see the Microsoft account, support, Surface, download. These are the different links on those page. Then you can see the location information related. You can see the other sites, latest. You can see other link sites. You can see the Twitter page of the site organization. You can see the Wikipedia. You can get the detailed information about the organizations. You can get some information from YouTube also. Then you can go for other names, like you can search like Microsoft accounts, or let's say Teams. So you can see the other informations. These are simple search engines that are there where you can use it. You have Bing search, you have Wikipedia, you have Google. We have different type of search engines which can give the informations. So these search engines are the basic and simple way to get the available information on internet about the target organization. Then you can use the Google Earth tool to get the location of the place. Now suppose we want to go to we want to hack some place or hack some organizations, then we should know where they are, like where the location, what are the location of that place. You can use a simple Google Earth search to get the information, like it will show you the detail about the organization's location. Then you can know about it, that where is the gate, where is the entrance, and where is the exit, so that if suppose you are planning to go to the organization, try to do the social engineering, then it will be helpful for you. So you can use that Google search also, Google Earth also, to get the location information. So we have here option maps, which will take you to the map. This is simple map. We can go to Google Earth also. And it will give you the very good idea about the organization, like where the location of the organization. Now for that you should have a good internet connection. So this information which you get from this Google Earth or Google Earth like map information, map software, you will get the better information about the location, and it will help you to do the social engineering. Then we have people search. Information about an individual can be found at various people search websites. Now suppose when we do the company search on Google search engine, so we find some important persons there. You can find it in contact information. They will say that contact this admin, or this is the CEO, or this is some important person. Now for doing the social engineering on those people, we should do the people search. Now people search will do what? It will find the information about the people which you want to search, and it will give you information about all the accounts which it is had created all everywhere in these different platforms. This people search returns the following information about a person, like residential addresses and email addresses, contact numbers and date of birth, photos and social networking profiles, blog URLs, and satellite pictures of private residence if it is. These things, these people search will help you to do the social engineering again. You can do this by using these different sites, like PIPL site is there. Then you can use this Spokeo, and also we have these other tools or other sites, online sites, where you can do the people search. So for example, we can use this site, and here you can find out like what you want, like who you want to search. You can get these informations. And you have people search here. So it is having a different products. With that products you have people search also. This is another site where you can do search people. You can add here name, phone number, address or email address which you know. Like for example, I will give name here. And then I will say search. So it is searching all the possible matches related to that person name which we have given. It is searching for the address, phone number, email address, location history. Even it will try to find out the day, month of date of birth also. Sorry, we couldn't find the result for this name. Now we can go for more specific. We can go for like this name, last name, age. Then we can go for state. So if you know some more detail about it, then you can go for more detail. Let's say I will go like this. Now my name is very unique. It is not going to find it. Now this site is finding only for the US site, US data, US states. So I'm going for John Cena now. It was not finding my name because I'm not under US state. Whatever account I have it in Indian state. But for Indian states also we have other sites. Let's see what we found for John Cena. So it will show you the result like this. You will see the name here, John G. Cena 49, resides in here, live in this area, and related to this, it is related to these, includes these addresses also, these phone numbers are also there. You can see the result. Now it is hiding these numbers here. You have to unlock if you want to see the detailed information, and for that you have to sign up, but you can see the detailed information here. Now same as this site, we have another sites also where we can find different people. So same as these two sites, we have another sites also where we can find these people. So we can find it on the Zaba search, 123 people search. We can go for PQ, Intellius, Zoom Info, Anyhoo, People Smart. So you can go for all these sites where you are not able to find it on one site, then you can go for other site. and you will find it somewhere. You will find the people information, you can find the detailed information about the people. Now where it is getting those information, that is also important. Basically it is getting those information from those all social social networking sites. So people search on social networking services. So basically it is getting the information from these social networking sites. These informations are from Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, plus Google or whatever. So it is getting the information, Instagram, it is getting the information from there. So when you use these people search tool, so they do search the information on these available social networking sites. So when we make the our profile public, whatever information we make public, it will get the information from there, and it will show the information here in these people search. Now you can get the very important information from here on these social networking services, which you can easily use for social engineering. Social engineering is the very powerful tool, very powerful method you can use to do some hacking, and these informations are very important for that. Then also you can find some information, you can gather information from financial services also. Financial services, you will get the information about the target, like what are the financial situation of those targets, and many other informations. When the companies or when the organizations listed their shares in these financial institutions, where the share market or everywhere, they have to provide the proper information and right information. Who is the fund manager, who is the CEO of the company, what is the future plan of those company. These all informations are there. They have to put those information. So you will get those information from there also, very important information. Now remember, informations are too much. Now you have to think about hack value, that what information is important for us. Then we can get the information through the job sites also. These job sites will give you very good informations. Now employees, or suppose though users, they always create their account on these job sites like Monster, Indeed, USA Jobs, and many other, Career Builder, Dice, Naukri.com. So there are multiple job sites where you can find the information about the employees. Now what you will find there, you can gather company's infrastructure details from the job posting. You can get these from job requirements. Like suppose the company, your target company, is posting a job. They wanted to have a server administrator who has the knowledge of IAS server, and then the person has to be knowledge of SQL server, and specifically they say that they need this version of the server. They need 2012 server. They need this version of SQL server. They need this software to be handled by the person who want to get the job. These devices, Cisco version, this Cisco router, this version of router, this version of switches, these networking protocol they should be able to handle, these security firewalls they should be handled. So when they post the job, they give the information, like if they want network administrator, so they will say like this administrator must know these things, these are the responsibilities of that person should be carried. Now this is look like a simple job requirement, but for a hacker thinks in it differently. Hacker thinks like, okay, if they require this, that means they are having these devices in their organization. If they want the firewall version this, that means they are having that firewall in that organization. If they want a server administrator, 2016 server administrator, that means they are having a servers which is 2016. In other hand, you can get the information from employees profile also. When we go to these sites, LinkedIn site, Monster sites, employees create their account on those sites, those job sites. So we get the information from people search that this person account is there in these sites. So you go to these sites and you can check the profile of that person. You can check it as a employer. You can say, I want to give the job and I want to check the resume of that person. So when you see the resume, you know when you see the resume, they type, people do type there that taken responsibilities. I have right now, I am taking these responsibility, I am handling these devices, I am handling these softwares, I am handling these servers. You will get very specific detail that where the person is working right now in this organization, that means it is your target organization, and this person is handling these things. That means that organization is right now having these technology, these servers, and these applications working. You can get the hardware information, you can get the software information, and very specific information if you able to find the person on these job sites. Very helpful, very helpful to do the future attack. Then you can do this by monitoring. You can do monitoring the target using the alerts. This is also very helpful for the attacker. Now when the attacker decided to attack some organization, so it have to be updated. The attacker has to be updated about the target, like what they are doing and what they are not doing, or what they are changing or something or whatever. They have to be updated. So Google alert is there, you have Yahoo alert, you have Giga alert. These are the different alerts services you have, which you can use to get alerted about the organization's latest changes. So whatever the updates and changes they are doing, we can design the alert in the Google alert or Yahoo alert or Giga alert, so that whenever they have something updated, so you will get the notification on your email that they have updated this or they have updated that. You can get it on email or SMS. It is very helpful. This is called Google alert. This is Google alert service. Now you can create an alert here. You can create an alert what you want to get, like you want to get the information about somebody, so you can put there, like I say Tesla. Now what you do, you will put your email address here, and like suppose whatever you want to get information, you can type here, like you are typing in the Google search Tesla update, or I want to get news. Now you can put your email address here and you can create alert, or you can go for advanced option. Advanced option will tell you what you can get, how often you want to get the update. At most once a day. You can get a source, it will be automatic. You can change these like as it happens. You want just right now, you want at most once a day, most once a week. Then you can set the sources, you can set what sources you want to get the information. Blogs, it is automatic, that means it will get anywhere. You can set a specific target source, you can set the language you want, then you can set the region where you want to get the alert, how many alerts you want. You can decide only the best result, or you can set all result, only the best result. That means what you have typed here, if it is there, if it is best match, then it will give you the alert here. You put the email address here and create the alert and just wait. You will get the email whatever happen, or whatever your search related things happen, you will get the alert on your email address directly. So you will be updated whatever happened to the target company or target organization, you will be always updated. So this is to get updated or always updated about your target. This will help the attacker to think about the attack or something. Like if you're planning some attack on some server and you will get that okay, they have changed the server, now they have updated to something else, so you're wasting your time. So if you're getting the alerts, then you will know that what they have make changes and whatever the changes they are doing. Now website footprinting. Now information obtained from the target's website enable an attacker to build a detailed map of website structure and architecture. So you can get the information from their website. So browsing the target website may provide software used and its version, Then operating system and use, operating system used, it can also subdirectories and parameters, file name, path, database file name, field name or query, scripting platform, contact details and CMS details. We can use these by using the zproxy, and we can use Burp Suite, we can use Firebug, we can use these tools to get the information about the website inside the website, to view the header that provides connection status and content type. We can see, we can accept the ranges, we can see the last modified information, X powered by information, we can see the web server in use and its version. So we can see these informations by using these tools. Now what these tools do, these zproxy, Burp Suite, Firebug, they grab the request from the background. So when you connect any site, your browser sends the request, it sends the get request and also it sends the post request. So these tools do what? They do grab those requests, and when they grab the request, it gets the information about the request and the reply also. So whatever the request and reply you are getting, you can grab those request and reply to get these information from the behind the scene, which you not see normally. We can also do examine the HTML source provided. We can see the comments in the source code. We can see the contact details of web developer or admin, file system structure or script type. Now it is not necessary that you will see all this. It is like try and error method. You have to find out those things in their source code. You can examine the cookies may provide, software in use and its behavior, scripting platforms used. So you can find it in the cookies also. So these things, it is not necessary that you will find all these things, but it is important that you will see that website source codes. Then one more thing we can do with the website, that we can mirror the entire website. Mirroring an entire website into the local system enables an attacker to dissect and identify the vulnerability. It also assists in finding directory structure and other valuable information without multiple requests to web server. So you can mirror the entire website in your local system. Then what? You can see the directory structure of those websites, which you normally don't see. Then you can see the directory structure. You can see the vulnerabilities also. You can also try to do the attacks on those sites which you have mirrored in your local system. Like you are not directly attacking on the main site. You are just trying to attack. You are trying to attack on the site which you have mirrored. You have copied in your local machine. This mirroring tools, we have mirroring tools which allows to download a website to a local directory, building recursively all directories. So it will download as it is, as on the server there, and HTML images, flash videos and other files from the server to your computer. So it will download, and it will download like the same structure it is on the server. And now by doing this, you can some way or sometime you will get some important files also. If suppose the designer of the website has not properly secured the design, secure the files, so these tools can do what? It can download all those files. Actually, it download all those files which you are having the read permission given. So if suppose the website developer has mistakenly given this read permission to those files which should not be given the read permission, then these tools can download those pages, those documents, and those important documents. Maybe they are having some password information, they are having some other information, contact details, or maybe some critical information that should not be shown to the website user. So we can do copy the entire site, we can do mirror the entire site. And these are the different tools we have to do this. We have HTT Track, we have Black Widow, we have Web Reaper, we have Surf Online, Offline. We have these different tools to do this. And also we have these other tools. So it is not like you have one tool to use, you can use any other tool. If one is not working, then you have other tools also available. So for example, you go to some site, uh, now first you can just check the cache, you can just check the HTML source code. Oh, sorry. So this is a site here. Now what I can do, I can just check the source. So I just do what, I can just right click here on the blank area and I can say what, view the source page. Now it will show you the HTML source. Now here you can see the directory structure somehow, like this is the index.html which is under this directory, and that is under this directory, and then this is the main root directory. Now this is the HTML coding you can see here. Now you have to look for some important information. Important information, like suppose you do what, Control F, and like suppose I want to search some passwords. So it is showing no, my spelling is wrong, password. So there are some information there, there is a 2. So password and password, is it some important thing? No, it is not looking so important. Okay, let me search, like is there any admin information? No. So is there any pass wd thing like that? Is there any pass thing, pass w? No. So you have to just do this trial and error. You have to try to find these things, whatever you feel like it is important. And try to see the code what it is showing there. So maybe you will get, if the developer has not properly designed the site, so maybe it reveals some information there. Then you can do what, you can do use this other tools to grab the information from those sites. For example, you can use the Bob Suite,